Now, the Walk to End Alzheimer's is the single largest fundraiser for the Alzheimer's Association, both here in Albuquerque and all across the country. It's happening in a matter of a couple weeks here in Duke City. You still have time to get involved and get ready for it. To tell us all about that is Jamie Fry with the Alzheimer's Association of New Mexico. Good morning, Jamie. It's good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, we'll talk about the walk coming up in just a second, but first let's talk about Alzheimer's. Most people know it's a disease that affects your memory, your cognitive ability too, right?
Yeah, about 5 million Americans have Alzheimer's disease, including 34,000 New Mexicans. Since the biggest risk factor for Alzheimer's disease is age, as the baby boomers are getting older, about 10,000 of them turn 65 every single day. So that population is growing every day. We're walking because if we don't find a cure or a treatment or some sort of prevention, by 2050 we're looking at about 16 million Americans.
Okay, so it's pretty much no doubt the numbers of people with Alzheimer's is going to go up.
Absolutely.
As you mentioned, and you talk about this, it's just a disease, you can't control it. It just takes over your body, particularly for older folks. You lose your memory, your ability to do things.
It's not just memory loss. That's one of the misconceptions, is that it's just sort of a disease of getting forgetful. It's a global deterioration of cognitive ability. So it starts with memory in most people. It progresses to judgment and reasoning, abstract thinking, and eventually your physical functions deteriorate as well.
No way to prevent it, no cure for it, and really not a lot of medicine to treat it right now?
It's the 6th leading cause of death in the United States right now, and it's the only one in the top 10 with no prevention, no cure, and no way to treat it effectively. There are a few drugs on the market that do help a small portion of the people for a short period of time regain some cognitive function, but they don't work forever. It's a pretty small window. And so I think the last Alzheimer's drug that was introduced on the market came out in the 90s.
Oh my goodness. So why is there so hard to find medicine for this? Is there not enough money for the research, or is it just that complicated of a disease?
It's a little bit of both. The research there's tons of research going on right now. We know what happens in the brain, but we don't really know why. And so the research is focusing on the changes that happen in the brain. We're also discovering that the actual physical changes that happen in the brain can happen up to 20 years before symptoms appear.
No kidding.
Yeah, so we're still trying to figure out the actual mechanism of the disease, and that takes money. And right now, we've got some funding from the National Institutes of Health. The Alzheimer's Association is the single largest funder of Alzheimer's research in the nation, but right now it's not enough.
Okay, so all that information should want to get you involved in fighting this disease. You have a great walk, great event coming up, and you still have a couple weeks to get ready for it here in Albuquerque.
We do. It's September 27th. That's a Saturday morning at Harry Kinney Civic Plaza. It is a great event. The walk starts at registration starts at 8. The walk starts at 9. There's a great opening ceremony, very interactive, very moving, that celebrates people living with the disease and their caregivers and their advocates. I would definitely recommend bringing the whole family out. It's going to be, Alzheimer's sounds like kind of a drag of a disease,
Sure.
and it certainly is, but the walk is a lot of fun.
Okay, you can walk individually, in a group. How much does it cost to participate? Or is there a minimum of fundraising that you would like?
It is free to register, so we would love to see you. If you would like to come down, you can register online, alz.org/walk, or you can just register on the day of. We ask that everyone commit to fundraising $100 per person,
Okay.
And you can do that by talking to your friends and family and coworkers and soliciting donations. Some people just stand out with a cup on the street.
There you go. Do what you have to do. Some companies will match too. They'll
That's
match
absolutely
the corporate
true.
donations as well. All right, if you want to find out more about the walk, head to our website at krqe.com. Click on links. You're hoping to have 2,000 people out there walking.
That's the hope.
You got a little ways to go.
That's the goal. We sure do.
Okay, so get out there, join us. Jamie, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having
Appreciate
me.
all the information. It's good to see you. 7:27 right now. Stick around. We'll be right back on KRQE this morning.